Hi, my name is Killian with the Fitness CPA. If you're watching this, you may be thinking about owning a fitness studio. We typically see two types of owners that own fitness studios. Generally the investor or the entrepreneurial type. They have a lot of overlapping considerations, but they also have unique considerations depending on which one you are. If you're an investor, one of your kind of number one considerations is, you've got enough money to invest. You can probably afford to lose this investment. If you're an entrepreneur, we generally frame that person as someone who has the desire and need to create something and the desire to have something that's their own. When we're thinking about the investor's motivations, we generally focus on two of them, and one of them is ROI, or return on investment. They're looking for a return on their capital and the money that they invested. That's not to say that the entrepreneur isn't, but this would be a primary focus of the investor fitness business owner. When we also think about the fitness business owner that's an investor, we're thinking about mitigating risk. They generally are risk averse or want to make sure that their risk is known and defined. Again, the entrepreneur also feels this way as well, but these are two primary concerns for the fitness investor. The investor generally is going to be involved. They're thinking about, which concept are we going to invest in? They're thinking about site selection, hiring managers to oversee their team, and they're working with a business plan, typically with advisors, to make sure that the execution goes according to plan. When we're thinking about the motivations of a fitness entrepreneur, a lot of those things are still true for the investor as they are for the entrepreneur, as we mentioned, but they still need this return on investment. However, it's really impassioned by this desire to create something, to solve a customer problem or a product problem in the marketplace. They're generally less risk averse, so they're more willing to take on a little bit of risk in order to execute on their dream. And I would like to say that they're willing to take a leap and burn the ships behind them and say this is something that they're interested in creating. Overall, I love the way Tim Ferriss defines it, is they have a fire burning inside them that must be quenched. That is an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is not wishy-washy, maybe thinking they can make a couple of bucks and would take a lot of risk. They're all in for this concept. Fitness entrepreneurs still need to solve the same problems that the fitness investor needs to solve, but primarily they're going to be stressed with things like funding, generally via savings, possibly even via debt or an equity partner, and they assume risk just like the investor does. We hope this gives you a good overview of the two types of people that own fitness studios. Whatever your motivations are, when you're thinking about them and considering whether or not you want to purchase or own a fitness studio, I would encourage you to put yourself in one of these two buckets, go through a checklist and ask yourself, what are your motivations? What are your concerns? And what would make this venture the most successful thing for you? The worst thing that we see is when someone kind of is not really defining why they're interested in investing in a fitness studio. So make sure that your motivations are clear. Best of luck to you, and we hope you got value out of today's video.